Hello, football fans, and welcome to Waco ISD Stadium for another exciting night of Texas high school football. Tonight, the Waco Lions host the Cleburne Yellow Jackets. I'm Lark Smith, along with Hal Harris and our statistician Paul Comer and the rest of our Leaping Lions production crew as the Waco Lions try to make it 2 in a row after a 20-6 win over Corsicana last Friday here at Waco ISD. They lost their opener to to Granbury 3-0 on the road. Cleburne Yellow Jackets, though, looking for their first win of the season as they have lost to Corsicana 17-7 and to Burleson 13-8. And Hal, looks like we do have a common opponent between the two clubs in Corsicana.
That's correct. You know, if you take a look at Waco High for the first 2 weeks, you know, like you said last week, they beat Granbury 20-6. But, you know, their offensive strength is in their offensive line. 5 seniors who have played a lot of football for Waco High, and their key job is to blow open some holes for running back Mason Smith, who's averaging 73 yards a game. But then if you look on the defense for Waco High, they've given up just 1 touchdown in 2 games. And they're led by their linebacker Jalen Good, along with their rover Sean O'Neill and defensive end Jamion Dugas. And if you just look at the stats only, they're only giving up 165 yards a game. Now, really the key in tonight's game for Waco High, the offensive line, they've got to create some holes for the running game for Mason Smith and R.J. Galbert, and they need to protect their quarterback, R.J. Young. Cut down on the turnovers. 1 or 0 turnovers will be outstanding, and for sure cut down on the penalties they've had in the first 2 games. And then field position is going to be really critical tonight for these two teams. They don't need to let Cleburne start any offensive series inside Waco High's territory, and then the defensive needs to continue to grow as there's always room for improvement.
Cleburne Yellow Jackets have been playing football since 1903. School has an all-time record in football of 631 wins, 508 losses, and 43 ties. Cleburne football has won 19 district titles. The last, though, was back in 1999. They've made the postseason 28 times. Their last trip was in 2012. And the Yellow Jackets have won 2 state championships, but those were very long ago. They have not had a winning season in the last 7 years. Their last season with 10 or more wins was in 1988. The Junior ROTC for Waco High has presented the colors at midfield, which means it's now time for our national anthem.
Band.
Cleburne is coached by Jim Woodard. It's his 3rd year as the Yellow Jackets head man. He's got 3 wins and 19 losses. Last year, the Yellow Jackets went 3-7, 3-5 in their district, but put in a new district this year due to the recent UIL realignment. They're in District 7, 5A Division 1, and they're in with Highland Park, Burleson, Centennial, Joshua, Midlothian, Tyler of all teams, Cleburne and Red Oak. Tyler's kind of the outlier there. That's a long road trip on Fridays for the Tyler Lions. But that's where Cleburne plays. The Waco Lions, meanwhile, they're in District 10, 5A Division 2, along with Waco ISD Mate University, Brenham, Rudder, Ellison, and Belton.
You know, and looking at Cleburne's team defensively, they're only giving up 15 points a game. They've been in both games so far. They've got a really good sound defense. Only allowed, but on their offense, they've only scored 2 touchdowns in 2 games. And it's quarterback Luke Stewart's completing 59% of his passes, so they got a good passing game. The running game's averaging 160 yards a game, led by their leading rusher, number 12, Hayden Lightfest. And then when they throw the ball, Cleburne's averaging 231 yards. Malachi Cunningham, number 18, is their leading receiver, so they're close to 400 yards of offense, but yet they're not able to score points so far this year.
Captain's meeting at midfield with our officiating crew who's out of the Waco chapter. Our referee tonight is Todd Denton. The umpire is Jim V. Murphy. Head linesman is Rico Harris. The line judge is Weedy Harris. Back judge is Joel Wymore. The field judge is Brandon Reese. And the side judge is Pee Wee Necessary. Waco captains tonight, number 6, Terrence Johnson, number 21, R.J. Galbert, number 32, Javier Galvan, and number 41, Brian Daniels. Cleburne will defer to the second half. Waco High gets the choice here in the first half. Waco High will be defending the north goal, but they'll get the ball to start the first half. Great weather again here at Waco ISD Stadium for high school football. It's going to be our first kickoff of 90-plus degrees, but it's going to be less than 100. 93 degrees at kickoff. Just a light south breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour and a relative humidity of 49% under a partly cloudy sky. We have had outstanding weather to start the football season.
Yes, we have.
This year.
Wind will absolutely play no part of this game.
Lyndon Helt, the head coach of the Waco Lions, he's in his 4th season guiding their football fortunes. He's got 4 wins and 28 losses with the Lions. They were 1-9 last year.
Looks like Bryant Whitaker, number 17, is going to be on the far end for Waco High receiving this kickoff, and then number 2 on the close to us will be Zadrian Johnson.
So the Lions will get the ball first, wearing their black jerseys tonight with white pants, red helmets. Cleburne Yellow Jackets, those numbers going to be a little tough to read with the gold outline in black on the white and the black pants with the gold stripe down the side. They do have numbers on one side of the helmet. Whenever they're going from north to south is when we'll be able to see the numbers on the helmets.
Jacob Aguilar will be kicking off.
It's a pooch kick toward the far sideline. Taken in there by little Stephen Lloyd. He'll get it up near the 40-yard line, and that's where Waco High will start the game on offense. I'm going to call it the 38-yard line, I believe, is where they'll put it down. Yeah, that offensive line for the Waco Lions. Those seniors, the centers, Rayshawn Tolliver, the guards, Kelvin Young and DeAndre Smith, the tackles, Francisco Contreras and Dante Ward Jr. Trying to protect the quarterback, R.J. Young, and opening holes for the running back, Smith. Mason Smith finds no room at the end. Nowhere to go for Mason Smith. He's going to lose yardage. Looks like it's back to the 34-yard line, a loss of 4 on the play.
Trent Clayton, nose guard in on the tackle. Their defensive lines, Trent Clayton, Anthony Juarez, and Jaden Rodriguez in that front for Cleburne tonight.
So it'll be a 2nd down and 14. The wide receivers, Dwayne Simmons, Chase Ryans, King Townsend, and B.J. Whitaker. Young passes on the screen pass to Smith. Smith able to keep his feet. Looking for the first down and more. He has the first down and is into Cleburne territory inside the 45-yard line.
Broke a couple tackles before he was finally corralled by number 3, Javier Meyer. Broke 2 tackles. Nice piece of running. That play was set up well. That screen pass.
24 yards on the play to move Waco High to their first down of the game and into Yellow Jacket territory. 3 receivers to the right of the formation. Mason Smith takes a handoff, goes to the boundary on the far side, and once again is going to be dropped for a loss. That play's not working.
No, Evan Fernandez blew that play up the linebacker.
Loss of 3 back to the 45-yard line.
You know, Waco High is built to run between the tackles. That's just the way their offense is set up with the personnel they have.
But right now, they've apparently tried to challenge the speed on the outside and have been turned away. Looking to pass in the flat. It's complete on the wide receiver screen. Little Stephen Lloyd trying to get loose, but unable to do so. That'll be a loss of 3 more yards on the play. Passes should go for positive yards, not negative yards.
Maddox Shields, number 13, in on the tackle.
It is a loss of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 15 at the Cleburne 47. Young rolling to his right this time. Throws in the flat. It's complete, but it's not going to be enough for the first down. It's up to the 35-yard line. Catch made there, I believe, by little Stephen Lloyd.
Julian Amaya with the tackle. We've got a player down on the 50-yard line.
They picked up 12 on the play to bring up a 4th down and 3. The Cleburne Yellow Jacket being attended to is Anthony Garza. So the training crew out, led by Doc Robertson for Cleburne. To take a look at their defensive linemen. Usually early a game like this, temperature in the 90s, Charlie horse, something of that nature.
He is in a lot of pain.
Certainly is.
It's hard to see, but it's either the shoulder or the arm, that left arm or left shoulder. We got the trainer over there going to get some more medical supplies, I believe.
Waco High trainer also out there, Ryan Gill, along with Allison Stewart. He will walk off on his own power, which kind of goes to your thinking that it has something to do with a hand or an arm. So Waco High will have a 4th down and 3 here, and going to go for it in in Cleburne territory. Handoff straight ahead. Mason Smith's going to be spilled before he gets the first down. So ball goes over on downs to Cleburne with 9:19 left to go in our first quarter.
Cleburne with a nice 4th down stand on that run to get that ball, their first offensive series of the evening.
So here comes the Yellow Jacket offense, led by their quarterback, Luke Stewart. He has Hayden Lifesty as his running back. Wide receivers include J.J. Nevriarte, Malachi Cunningham, and Major Marvell. There'll be 3 receivers to the right of the formation. And I don't know if we got procedure call against Cleburne, so Yellow Jackets going to be backed up 5.
Prior to the snap, ball start. the offense. 5 yards. First down.
We have got Jose Puente at nose guard for Waco High. Brian Daniels and Jamion Dugas will be the defensive ends.
They run to the boundary and throw in the flat and overthrow the intended target, trying to get that out to Javari Meyer.
Jamal Dudley Johnson on the defense.
So 2nd and 15 from the 28. Their offensive line includes their center Elias Tarango. The guards are Giovanni Arellano and Quentin Chambers. The tackles Aiden Amaya and Willie Duckett. 2nd down and 15. Waco High looking for a deep pass. It's thrown to the sideline. Once again, it's a little too tall. Out of the reach of the intended target this time is Keelan Pollard.
Terrence Johnson defending on the play. He's had 2 open receivers. He's just airmailed them ever so slightly out of the reach of their hands.
So a big 3rd down play here for the Waco High defense. Fake the handoff. Looking for an open receiver. Now we'll just throw it away. He throws it into the 3rd row of the Waco High stands.
Waco's defenders were absolutely right on, just like glue on those 2 receivers they had over here on the left side. Excellent coverage.
So it's 4th down and punt for the Yellow Jackets. Back deep for the Lions, number 18, Chase Rhines. A little shift on the punt, trying to maybe pull him offside, but the Lions will not jump. It's a 1 hop back to the punter, but he gets it away. Takes a Waco High bounce and will be killed just before it gets to the 40-yard line, and Waco's into the field. 8 minutes, 54 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Waco High gets the ball for the 2nd time in very good field position at their own 41-yard line.
That's a 31-yard punt from Navarrete, number 4.
And the Jackets only kept the ball for 25 seconds. Throw in the flat. I believe that was complete to 18. Is that right, Chase Rhines?
Yes. Malachi Cunningham defending on the play.
A loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11. Excuse me, a gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9 at the 43. Mason Smith trying to go up the middle. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Jaden Rodriguez, number 19, defensive end, with the immediate stop.
Yeah, just unable to get any momentum going there. Well, they'll send 3 receivers to the far side. The lone receiver on the near side is B.J. Whitaker. In the pocket, a throw across the middle to Whitaker, and he's got it for the first down and more. He's into Yellow Jacket territory at the 40-yard line.
Defending on the play, Julian Amaya.
17-yard pickup on the pass play. It's the 2nd first down of the game for Waco High. Javier Galvan checks in as a wingback on the near side. In fact, they go with a double wing with Jacoby Jones on the other side. Handoff goes to Mason Smith. He'll roll his way forward up to the 37-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play for Smith.
Cade Anderson, number 28, with the tackle.
See on the replay there from behind, just not the hole's just not there yet for Mason Smith. This time he comes around the left side. Gets a couple of more yards out of it. Down to the 33-yard line. A pick up of 4 on the play.
Wrapped up by Evan Fernandez, number 33.
Be a 3rd down and 3.
It's 2-down territory for Waco High.
Well, they tried earlier. 2 downs at the 35 and turned the ball over on downs. Young hands it to Smith. He has a hole this time and is able to pick up the 1st down as he gets it inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line.
Maddox Shields, number 13, with the tackle.
Pick up a 6 on the play for Mason Smith. Quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. They hand it to him one more time, and the hole closes on him quickly. He'll get no gain on the play.
Jaden Rodriguez, number 19, absolutely leveled him. We got Bryant coming in now at the running back position. R.J. Galbert.
There you go. Galbert, the senior's carried the ball 6 times for 47 yards on the season, but he's a very tough runner. Going to pass the ball, though. They fake the throw to the outside, try to go to B.J. Whitaker in the end zone. They're going to get either defensive holding or interference at the 2-yard line.
He definitely held him. Whitaker was by him.
See the little pump fake there, and then they throw, and they just grabbed a hold of him to make sure that he didn't catch the touchdown. That's a smart defensive play by the defensive back. Todd Denton, our official, will give us the indication about the penalty. Still waiting for the side judge to fill him in on what the deal is here. Maybe their communication system's not working. Got to talk to the umpire before they mark it off. This is taking a little long to get this figured out. Now he wants to talk to his head linesman, Rico Harris.
There's no flag for holding on the play.
Whoa.
The ball was in the air, therefore holding does not apply. Ball was uncatchable.
Say what?
Therefore, incomplete pass, 3rd down.
I'm not understanding that one. Ball was in the air? that has any ruling on the holding penalty?
Coach Hill doesn't understand that call either.
I'm sure he doesn't. We'll have to ask him about that. Yeah, well, 3rd down and 10 at the 27. That's a new explanation to me.
They got Whitaker at running back now.
Do. BJ will take it, and he will throw it. Well, now he'll take it. Looked like a horse collar tackle to me, but no call from the other side. He only gets back to the line of scrimmage.
It was set up for him to throw that pass. That's why they put him back there. He got a couple good blocks around the corner, but unable to get around that last defender.
He got a right-hander rolling left. He's got to get his shoulders squared to deliver the ball, and he just didn't feel good about trying to get the pass off. So as you mentioned, 4-down territory, facing 4th and 10 at the Cleburne 27. They'll go for it here. And it looks like they're going to, well, they finally get up to the line of scrimmage with 3 seconds left on the play clock. They get it off. A roll to the right, goes to the end zone. Got B.J. Whitaker all alone in the end zone for the touchdown.
Waco High sent a guy about 15 yards into the flat, and the cornerback came up on him and let Whitaker go right by him. Nice pass by R.J. Young for the touchdown.
First touchdown catch of the year for B.J. Whitaker.
42 in Alberto Rodriguez. For the extra point holding will be Mason Smith. Jamian Dugas will be the snapper.
Keep looking to the sideline. Play clock's down to 1. They're going to end up having to kick this a little further because of the delay of game penalty.
I don't understand what they were waiting on.
Prior to the snap, delay on the offense, 5 yards, retry the down.
Well, if you got the leg, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Rodriguez can get it there.
A high snap, though, and Mason Smith welcome on the fire play, throws it into the end zone, and it's incomplete, so the 2-point conversion will not count.
We got a flag right here in the end zone.
Okay. See how Mason Smith welcome just came out of his stance, and I think maybe they're going to call interference on number 3 maybe. Or maybe they'll wave this one off too because the ball was in the air.
During the try, pass interference on the defense, number 3. Penalty be half the distance to the goal, retry the try.
Well, now they got back 2.5 yards of the 5 yards they missed.
Well, the way that snap went,
yeah,
head high, I wonder if it was a call play for a 2-point play, but I don't know.
May have been. We can ask Coach that next week. Now Smith goes underneath.
He got it.
And got the 2-point conversion.
Oh,
but
we got a flag.
We got it. Probably a procedure call here. I bet that we had two guys moving at the same time. Yeah. Well, once again,
Cleburne coach saying there was a motion.
Prior to the snap, all the players were not set for 1 count. We have illegal motion on the defense, 5 yards.
On the offense.
Try the down.
Okay. So we'll try it one more time.
Probably just need to kick the extra point now. Alberto Rodriguez to attempt the extra point.
High snap gets the ball down. The kick is on its way, and it is good. 4 minutes, 35 seconds left to play in our first quarter, and the Waco Lions have grabbed a 7-0 lead on the Cleburne Yellow Jackets.
Good time-consuming drive there, Lark, going 58 yards.
They did that in 10 plays and took 4 minutes and 19 seconds of the first quarter clock.
Did a nice job of passing on that particular series. R.J. Young cutting loose with it pretty quick tonight.
He's 6 of 7 passing for 79 yards already.
Yeah, he's been on tonight.
Waco High crowd is loving it. Their ball club on top early. That was kind of the key to their win against Corsicana last week, was getting the early lead in the game.
Right, and playing turnover-free football. Alberto Rodriguez will be kicking off for Waco. And deep for Cleburne will be Major Marvel and Jalen Anassa back at their 15-yard line.
Pop it up to the far sideline, goes out of bounds, so Cleburne will get some decent field position out of this. Lions picked up 3 first downs in that last drive to have 4 first downs so far to just 1 first down so far.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball we placed
For
at
Cleburne.
35.
Well, actually no first downs for Cleburne yet.
Linebacker crew tonight for Waco High will be Jalen Good, number 0, Terrence Johnson, number 6, Chance Rhines, number 8, and O'Shawn Neal is number 9.
Yellow Jackets split a man very wide to the near side. They hand it off to the running back in the backfield. That's Leifeste, and he gets loose out to about the 45-yard line.
Jamal Dudley Johnson, along with Chance Rhines, cutting him down, but not after a long gain there.
He did pick up a first down all the way out to the 46-yard line, a pickup of 11 on the play for Cleburne. Again, they send Javari Myers wide to the near side, one receiver wide to the far side. Split backfield. They hand it off to Lifesti. He tries to go over the right side, and we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Number 19, Hector Tepetti with the tackle. We've got Zadarian Johnston, Eric Taylor, Isaiah Livingston, and Jamal Dudley Johnson in the defensive secondary.
Second down and 11. Lifesti around the right side. He's met in the backfield and will maybe get back to the 46-yard line, but that's it.
Jose Puente, number 95, stood him up and put him down to the ground from the nose guard position.
So third down and 10. That Waco High defense doing its job here in the first quarter, not giving the Yellow Jackets much of anything.
If you look at the left defensive end for Waco High, Micaiah Sumter, number 33, is in on this particular series.
And the slot on the near side for the Yellow Jackets is Malachi Cunningham. He's their top playmaker so far this year with 40 catches. Or make that 15 catches for 181 yards, and we're going to get a timeout called.
Cleburne, that's their first time out of the half.
Cleburne wants their first timeout of the half. Now Waco High, this is the consolidated version of Waco High. That started back in 1986. Lyndon Helt is the 5th coach in the history of the consolidated school. The overall record is 238 wins, 188 losses, and 2 ties. The Lions have had 5 seasons with 10 or more wins. 25 times they've been in the postseason with 11 district titles, a lot of that back in the Johnny Tusa era, but no state championships. They did play in one title game. That was back in 2006.
Got Jermaine Dukas at nose guard for Waco High.
Jim Woodard and company has dialed up a 3rd and 10 play to try to get the first down. Quarterback rolls left, looks in the flat, and it's incomplete, in and out of the hands of his would-be target. Trying to get that out to Keelan Pollard.
That ball looked catchable to me, Lark.
Luke Stewart is 0 for 4 passing so far in the game.
J.J. Navarrete is going to be the punter for Cleburne here on 4th down.
Back deep for the Lions is Chase Rhines. Have a little trouble with the snap. He's going to run with it, trying to get the first down, and gets close to the sticks. Depends on where they spot it. I believe he's going to be maybe a half yard shy. We'll see what the officials say here. This is a left foot, right foot thing here.
Gave him the first down.
They do give him the first down. Who was that ran with the?
It was the punter, J.J. Navarrete, number 4.
Okay.
Navarrete.
So it keeps the drive alive with the second first down and gets it into Waco territory at the 44-yard line. From 144 to the other 44, that's about 12 yards. Lifesti trying to get around the left side, not going to be able to get anywhere.
Yeah, he got his head popped backwards by Jalen Good, the linebacker, number 0, who is a fierce tackler. Leading tackler on the team.
Did pick up a couple of yards on the play. They're at the 43. Just make it a 1-yard pickup. Second down and 9. Lyfesti straight up the middle. Maybe a yard and that's it.
Jalen Good again, along with his helper, number 9, O'Shawn Neal.
Waco defense has been very stingy to the Cleburne run game.
Yes, they have.
Their largest run of the night so far is by their punter. Third down, and we'll call it 8 from the 42-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, lone receiver to the right. Looking to the left. Fires a little too high and too far. It's out of bounds when it's caught. And now Stewart 0 for 5 in the passing department. Brings up 4th and 8. Another punting situation.
They're not going to punt. 4 is over there on the far side, the receiver, unless they put him back into the punt position. Interesting call with the game only being 7-0.
Well, it's early. Stewart goes up to the line of scrimmage. Looking to pass, gets underneath the rush, has to throw it away, and whoever he got it to was just demolished when he caught the football.
Yeah, Jalen Good put a ton of pressure on the quarterback, and then number 23, Isaiah Livingston, laid the big hit on him.
It was Pollard who made the catch. They got it to the 39-yard line, but that's not enough for the first down. That's a pickup of just 3 yards on the play. So it goes over on downs with exactly 1 minute left to go. And the first quarter, Waco High on top by a score of 7-0.
Once again, with great field position to start this third possession.
See if Waco High maybe goes for the juggler here. Back to pass, got a man wide open in the middle of the field, and the ball is knocked away from little Stephen Lloyd. Do they call it a catch and a fumble or an incomplete pass? It's an incomplete pass.
Corday Simmons with the defensive stand there.
He looked wide open across the middle, but that safety came up and bratted him pretty hard when the ball got there. So second down and 10. Good snap. Throw in the flat on the wide receiver screen. The throw's a little low, so it's not going to go very far. Once again, they try to get the ball out to Rhines, but it's a loss of 1.
Rhines is their speedster.
From the 38-yard line, possibly the last play of our first quarter here. Lions send 3 receivers to the left. Young back to pass, throws deep to Whitaker, and Whitaker unable to come up with the catch. According to the officials, good defense there.
We do have a flag down on the 35-yard line by the line of scrimmage.
Whitaker not able to come up with the 50-50 ball, but we'll see what the meaning of the flag is. As Todd Denton and company have been very busy. Looks like it's going against the Lions.
During the play, unnecessary roughness, 52 of the offense. Penalty being forced from the previous spot. I apologize. Be declined. 4th down.
Brings up 4th and 11 at the 38.
RJ Young is going to be punting for Waco High. And then number 0, I believe, for Cleburne. Is back Julian Amaya.
Actually, I think that's 8 Malachi Cunningham. Not going to get a chance to receive it, though, as it's punted to the near side, not very far, and killed by Waco High at the 46-yard line. And that's the final play of our first half after 12 minutes. Waco Lions have the lead at 7-0. We have a question on the play. Don't think so. The officials are talking to each other, but I'm not sure what that's about.
Wave your hand there. Mr. Paul Gonzalez. Miss Riley Jorges. Mr. Jacob Smith. Mrs. Shanna Jones. Mrs. Christina Burns. Mrs. Michelle Allen. Mr. Mark Penny. Mrs. Chastity Hyder. Mrs. Kat Dyson. Mr. Joshua Marks. Mr. Jonah Toll. Mrs. Taylor Adam. And Mr. Lyndon Help. We appreciate all the teachers that are listed, as they have helped each one of the students in countless ways. You have helped shape your students and guided them towards success. You have encouraged all of them to dream big and work hard to make those dreams come true. You as teachers have helped brighten the futures and make a person of true character because of the guidance you've given them throughout the journey. Your hard work doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you from Waco High School football. Give them a hand, guys.
All right, ready to go with the second quarter here at Waco ISD Stadium. Cleburne has the ball at the Waco High 38. Lifesti gets it down to the 30-yard line, 8-yard pickup.
O'Shawn Hale and Jalen Good on the tackle for Waco.
The Jackets getting an opportunity here to maybe catch up after the Lions were unable to complete that pass on 4th down. Lifesti is corralled when he gets back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Good, and Chance Ryan's balling him up right there at the line of scrimmage. Kind of ran into his offensive lineman.
Hayden Lifesti came into the contest averaging just a little over 108 yards per game, 20 carries per game.
53 is going to have to come out for an equipment change for Cleburne, the left guard position.
Lifesti trying the left side. He'll have the first down as he gets it up to about the 25-yard line.
Chance Rhines, along with Hector DePetty on the tackle.
A gain of 6 yards down to the 24. Again, up the middle goes Lifesti. Able to get maybe a couple of yards out of it to the 23.
Jalen Good was in on the bottom of that pile, making the tackle at the ankles.
Just a 1-yard pickup. 2nd and 9.
They're just running run smash football right up the middle.
And the Waco Lion defense is smashing right back at them. Again, Lifesti with the ball, bounces it around the right side. But once again, the pursuit gets there and holds him to no gain.
Hector Topetti again at the bottom of that pile, making a nice stop.
Yellow Jackets have not been very successful through the air, just 1 of 6 so far. They face a passing down here at 3rd and 9.
Brian Daniels, Jamie Dugas, and Jose Puente are the defensive linemen on this third down play.
Stewart has a low snap, gives it to a new running back in the backfield, and he gets nowhere. With the carry that time was Keelan Pollard, number 5.
Jalen Good in on the tackle along with 55, Jamie Dugas.
I'm going to say he lost a yard back to the 24, which brings up a 4th down and 10 for the Cleburne Yellow Jackets. Waco High defense has been tough all year. They've given up just 9 points so far this season in the first 2 games. Looking to pass to the sideline. It's overthrown and incomplete. Once again, the ball goes over on downs to Waco High, this time with 8:20 left to go in our first half. The Lions on top 7-0.
It's a miscommunication between their receiver 13 and the quarterback. Someone ran the wrong route, but great defensive effort by Waco High. They had 3 guys all around him on that play. You know, Cleburne had the ball at the 38-yard line of Waco High, and then giving it to him at the 24, so only 14 yards and turnover on downs.
2 receivers to each side for R.J. Young, the quarterback. He'll fake the handoff, throws right, and has it completed out to little Stephen Lloyd.
That looked like a face mask.
Yeah, I believe he's going to draw a little laundry there as he was brought down by the face mask. Incidental or not, that's going to add another 15 yards on the pass. It got out to the 39-yard line for a 15-yard pickup on the pass play to Lloyd. And then add another 15 to that.
Foul. Face mask on the defense, number 15.
Corday Simmons.
Penalty being forced from the end of the run. First down.
And that should move it into Cleburne territory. All the way down to the 46-yard line, and the Jackets into the field.
Ends up being a 30-yard play for Waco High.
Hand off to Smith. Follows blocks over the left side, keeps the feet churning, gets across the 40, down to the 39-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play for Mason Smith.
Dylan Staton on the tackle. 225-pounder Mason Smith.
Smith with 9 carries so far, just 14 yards to show for it. He's got the football again and may have the first down at the 36-yard line.
Staton, number 11, along with number 30 in on the tackle, Landon Hunt.
He does pick up the first down at the 36. Quickly, the offense back at it. Smith once again pounds the left side. Tries to move the rugby scrum, but gets it to the 34.
I think he just substituted in for with Galbert on that particular play. Now Galbert's coming out and Smith is coming back in.
Yeah, that was Galbert, 21.
Yeah, he's a load too at 230 pounds. Got 2 really big backs for Waco High.
Picked up a couple, brings up 2nd down and 8 as they go in the hurry-up offense basically here. Pass in the flat. And the wide receiver did not screen his other wide receiver. Taking a big hit there is Chase Rhines.
J.J. Navarrete with a really picture-perfect tackle.
Rhines have been better off not catching that ball. It's a loss of 2 to bring up a 3rd and 10 at the 36.
Waco High has had much more success going downfield with that pass, you know, the 10 or 15-yard pass.
Young rolls to his right. Looking deep. Unable to get it to anybody. There's nobody home. See on the replay here. RJ looking deep, but just no receiver in the area.
Okay, R.J. Young will be back to punt the ball for Waco High.
Trying to put the Yellow Jackets deep in their own territory, but they could try to pass for, yep, they are going to pass it across the middle. 3 receivers there, and it ends up being intercepted. Works like a punt, though. That's when, as a defensive back, you for the team, you drop the ball.
Yeah, it works the same as a punt. You are correct.
Yeah. P for K.
Pins them down on the 20-yard line for them to start their next series.
6 minutes, 16 seconds left to go in the half.
Christian Dowdy in at the nose guard position, along with 41 Brian Daniels and number 33 Micaiah Sumter.
Stewart rolls left, looking to throw. Ends up throwing it out of bounds.
That's going to be a backward lateral, so they're going to lose about 4 or 5 yards on that play.
Wow. Marked at the 16. Second and 14 at the 16. They hand it to Lifesti going around the left side. Gets a good block. Leading the way was Elias Tarango.
Hector Tapetti again coming around from his left linebacker position and just ran him down from the backside.
Picked up 7 on the play to bring up a 3rd down and 7 at the 23.
Dugas is checked in at right defensive end for Waco.
Again, Lifesti has the football, has lots of running room this time, almost breaks in the open. The Waco High secondary finally slows him down when he gets up to the 40.
O'Shawn Neal with the tackle. Jose Puente coming back in at the nose guard, number 95 for Waco High.
Picked up 17 yards on the play. Lifesti now with 52 yards on 12 carries. Clock continues to move with 4:40 left to go in our first half of play. Cleburne trying to tie it up before intermission. New running back in the backfield. He's got plenty of running room. That's Desmond Taylor.
And that's Mr. Jalen Good saying, how do you do?
Got 5 yards on the play.
Good has been in on a lot of tackles this first half.
2nd down and 5. Again, it's Taylor with the carry. Waco High turns him away after he gets only a yard on the play up to the 46.
Dugas in on the tackle, 55.
Third and about 4. Actually, they did mark him out to the 47-yard line, didn't they? To give him 2 yards on the pickup. Jim Woodard, the head coach, brother of West Hood coach Bubba Woodard. Again, it's Taylor with the football. He's going to get the first down and more. Taylor takes it into Waco territory to the 47-yard line.
O'Shawn Neal holding on.
A 6-yard pickup for Taylor gives the Yellow Jackets their second first down of the drive. I think this is the first time in this game that the Yellow Jackets have had 2 first downs in a possession. 3:03 and counting left in the first half. They send Taylor around the left side.
Chance Rhines with the tackle, number 8 for Waco.
And make that Lifesti with the carry. He's back in the game.
A lot of just straight ahead running tonight, Lark.
Yep. Picked up 4 yards on the play.
It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6.
From the 44.
They've been struggling
23.
through the air, hitting their hitting the receivers, I think I'd run it too.
Absolutely. Can't seem to get the passing game to work, at least here in the first half. Lifesti tries up the middle, and he's hammered as soon as he gets the football.
Chance Rhines again with that tackle.
He loses a couple back to the 45-yard line, brings up 3rd down and 8. Clock continues to roll. It'll be under 2 minutes.
Scoreboard just went blank.
Yeah, you have to use the scoreboard in the north end now to be able to know what's going on time-wise. Boy, Lifesti got hammered as soon as he got the football, and there is a flag thrown on the play. Boy, watch this.
Jalen Good just lit him up. Yeah, it's going to be holding.
Well, that should be refused concerning the
During the play,
amount of loss.
On the offense, number 53, that penalty be declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
Looks like they're going to punt this time.
We have 1:49 left in the first half.
J.J. Navarrete, number 4, will be punting the ball. It sits on the 48-yard line of Waco High.
Brings up a 4th down and 11.
Got number 18 for Waco High back, Chase Rhines.
Clock continues to roll.
Oh,
Kicker.
off the side of his foot.
Gonna kick it into the Waco High bench. It'll go out of bounds somewhere between the 40 and 45-yard line, and Waco High will have a minute 32 left to try to add to their 7-0 lead.
I think it's a 10-yard punt. Was the ball on the 48-yard line of Cleburne?
I believe it was.
Yeah, it's a 10-yard punt.
See if Waco's content to run the ball or tries to get it downfield. R.J. Young back to pass, has time, throws, and had his man, but he was able to catch it. I thought he juggled it a little bit, but coming up with the catch is King Townsend.
Julian Amaya, number 0, defending.
Out to the 46-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. Again, rolling, throwing, just out of the reach of his intended target.
Sure looked like he grabbed his hand, the defensive back, but it was close.
Might
just
be able
bang,
to
bang.
see it on the replay here. I think it was a pretty good play by the defender. The incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 6. At the Waco 46. Waco High does have its full complement of timeouts. The clock has stopped with the incomplete pass. Play clock is now down to 5. Get the play off in time. R.J. Young under pressure finally gets rid of it across the middle, and there's nobody there.
Major Marvel, number 1, putting a lot of heat on R.J. Young.
So 4th down and 6. 56 seconds left to go. Looks like the Lions will punt.
Malachi Cunningham, number 8, will be deep for Cleburne. R.J. Young's going to be punting.
Low snap, but he gets it away. Nice high punt. Cunningham calls for the fair catch at the 20.
34 yards on the punt by R.J. Young.
48 seconds left for Cleburne to try to tie this game up. 7-0 Waco High here late in the second quarter.
You would imagine Cleburne, based on what they've done most of the game, they're just going to run the clock out here and end it, be down 1 score going into second half.
Backed up to their own 20-yard line. And again, they have not had any success passing, just 1 of 7 so far. 2 backs in the backfield. They will throw it, though. Stewart throws it in the flat to his safety valve and out of bounds with the football. With 40 seconds left, trying to pick up the number of the receiver there. Again, these gold numbers on white jerseys, a little tough to read from this distance.
Zadrian Johnston was defending.
Player who caught the pass is still down on the sideline. He kind of slid down as he tried to stop.
I think it's number 5.
He's back up and feels okay.
Keelan Pollard, I believe.
You're correct. Only picked up 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7 at the 23. With 40 seconds left to go. Cleburne just has 1 timeout left. Hand off to Live Festi. He cuts it back across the middle and finally going to be turned away before he gets to the first down. Bring him down to about the 28-yard line.
Chance Rhines slowed him up, and O'Shawn Neal put him down to the turf.
Yellow Jackets are not going to call a timeout. They're just going to call a play and see if they can get it to get off before the time runs out, but the game clock is down to 5 seconds. Definitely the last play of the half, and it's Live Festi with the carry. He breaks into the open. He has the first down, but he's only going to get it out to the 33-yard line before he's stopped after a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, Jalen Good again was in on that last tackle at the end of the half.
So we're at halftime, and the Waco Lions have the lead at 7-0 over the Cleburne Yellow Jackets. Stay tuned for the performance of the Waco High Band. That's next.
Do you know what sports is?
Yeah?
Yeah? Good for you. Now you can join our all-exclusive sports channel. What kind of sports? All the sports, such as sports, and more sports. Who's playing the sports? You.
Me?
Waco High Lions.
Scan the QR code to follow us on YouTube.
Waco High School proudly presents the 2024 Lion Pride Marching Band and award-winning Scarlet Line Drill Team. Waco High School is proud to present the Scarlet Line Drill Team under the direction of LaShonda Gaines and Alex Lovelace. The Scarlet Line officers are Captain Giselle Talavera, Co-Captain Taeja Turner, and First Lieutenant Nakira Blunson. Social officers are Savannah Torres, Kaylee Turner, Araceli Moya, and Skylar Reese. Congratulations to the Dancer of the Week, Skylar Reese, and Spirit Member of the Week, Emery Johnson. Get ready for a fiery routine to Fallout Boys, light 'em up, and welcome to the field the award-winning Scarlet Line Drill Team. Waco High School now presents the 2024 Lion Pride Marching Band. The 2024 Waco High Band is under the direction of Tyler Sage, Michelle Linker, and Austin Lemons. Percussion is instructed by Adrian Rodriguez. The color guard is instructed by Michelle Michaelwitz. Visual instructors are Victor Boswell, Spencer Childers, Amber Meeks, and Jordan Meza. Tonight, the Lion Pride Band will be performing their 2024 competition show entitled Insanity's Requiem, Poe's Abyss, featuring the music of Mozart, Beethoven, and Nirvana. Lion Pride Band, you may take the field and perform.
The Lions Pride Band would like to thank you for your attention and support this evening. A special shout out to our amazing band parents. You rock! The band would especially like to thank the Waco ISD School Board, Superintendent Dr. Susan Buchanan, Principal Joseph Alexander, Fine Arts Director Larry Carpenter, and Administrative Assistant Susan Montgomery for their
unwavering commitment to the arts in our district. Let's hear it one more time for the Waco High School Lion Pride Band.
Bounce pass almost knocked away from Billups. Gets it over to Edwin. Hope you enjoyed the performance of the Waco High Band during halftime here at Waco ISD Stadium. About to start the second half with the Waco Lions ahead of the Cleburne Yellow Jackets by a score of 7-0. The Lions in the first half have run 29 offensive plays for 114 yards, 31 offensive plays for the Cleburne Yellow Jackets for only 86 yards. Majority of Waco High's yardage has come through the air, 10 of 17 passes for 95 yards. They've rushed the ball 12 times for just 19 yards. Meanwhile, Cleburne, 2 of 8 passing for just 6 yards, and they've only rushed the ball for 80 yards on 23 carries. Individually so far, the leading rusher in the game is Cleburne's Hayden Lifesty. He's carried the ball 17 times, but only has 60 yards to show for it. Waco High has been led by Mason Smith with 10 carries for 17 yards. Leading receiver in the game is B.J. Whitaker. He's made 2 catches for 44 yards. One of those good for a touchdown. 27-yard strike from R.J. Young, and that's the only score we have in the game so far. Each team's been penalized 3 times. Waco High's penalties have only cost them 5 yards each time. Cleburne's 3 penalties have cost them 25 yards. Time of possession belongs to Cleburne at 13 minutes and 12 seconds, 10 minutes and 48 seconds for the Waco Lions. Time of possession, the Cleburne Yellow Jackets will get the ball first here in the second half and do what they can to maybe tie this ball game up. Hal, what has to happen in the second half for the Lions to get a win?
Well, they need to create some turnovers to help their offense out. The offense has struggled a little bit offensively. Defensively, they're playing lights out. Malachi Cunningham, number 8, on the far side, and then number 1, Major Marvel, on the near side to take this second half kickoff from Waco High. Alberto Rodriguez kicking.
Kicks it to the near side to one of the up men at about the 33-yard line. Wiggles his way across the 40 up to the 34-yard line. And that's where the Yellow Jackets will get things started here in the second half.
Micaiah Sumter and Emmanuel Hampton bringing him down on that kick.
Offensive line for Cleburne again is Elias Tarango at center. Giovanni Arellano and Quentin Chambers at the guards. The tackles are Aiden Amaya and Willie Duckett. Quarterback is Luke Seward. Has Hayden Lifesty in the backfield with him. He'll hand it to Lifesty. Gets a block at the edge and will fall forward for a gain out to the 47-yard line. A gain of about 4 on the play for Lifesty.
Cornerback Eric Taylor, number 15, with a shoulder tackle.
Say it was a pickup of 5 on the play. So they started at the 42. Second down and 5. Lifesty tries to bounce off of tacklers. Falls forward for maybe a 2-yard pickup up to the 49.
Brian Daniels, 41, defensive end with that tackle.
Again, Lifesty is their workhorse in the running game. Came in the games with with 40 carries in 2 games for 216 yards. He's had over 100 yards in both of his games so far and working his way toward that in this one. 3rd and 3. And again, it's Lifesty with the football, and he's hammered as he gets to the middle of the field, and he's going to end up losing maybe a yard or maybe right back to the line of scrimmage is all he's going to get. So that Waco High defense, once again, has stiffened up.
Jose Puente was the one who stood him up immediately, number 95.
No gain on the play.
Micaiah Sumter coming into the ballgame at right defensive end.
Brings up a 4th down and 3 from the 49. Yellow Jackets may be trying to pull the Lions offside. No, they'll snap the ball, give it to Lifesty, and he will not get the first down. He does get across midfield, but that's as far as he's going to get. They'll give him a 2-yard pickup, but for the 3rd time in the game, Cleburne turns the ball over on downs.
Chance Ryans grabbed him at the ankles. They're going to measure it. I think he's short. Yeah, I was going to say he's a half a foot short, easy. I mean, a half a yard short.
156 on the possession for the Yellow Jackets, and they turn the ball over pretty much at midfield to the Waco Lions with 10 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. This is where the Lions need to go for the jugular, Hal.
Absolutely. They've got them set up. They've only got to go 51 yards here. Need to take advantage of this great field position. Oh, he's got 2 running backs in here on this series.
Certainly do. Smith and Galbert, and the handoff to Galbert going around the right side. He cuts his back inside, takes it down to the 47-yard line, and the Jackets into the field for a 4-yard pickup.
Major Marvel, number 1 on the tackle.
That offensive line led by the center, Rayshawn Tolliver. The guards are Kelvin Young and DeAndre Smith. The tackles, Francisco Contreras and Dante Ward Jr. 2nd down and 6. Pass in the flat is incomplete. Just a little shy of his intended target, trying to get that out to Chase Ryans.
They've tried that play several times, and it has just not been executed well at all. That was a bad pass. Threw it into the ground. He didn't have a chance to catch it.
And when they do catch it, somebody's right there in his grill. So 3rd down and 6. Young rolling right, will throw down to the deep sideline, has B.J. Whitaker, who has the football and gets away from one Cleburne Yellow Jacket, gets the ball inside the 35 and picks up the 1st down.
Evan Fernandez, cornerback, bringing him down.
They'll mark it at the 34-yard line. Pick up a 13 on the play. Brings up a 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the left. Whitaker, the lone receiver, to the right. They hand it off to Galbert. Galbert stutter steps through the hole, finds a little crease, and gets it inside the 30 down to about the 28.
Kai Anderson, number 28, with the tackle. Really good run. 6 or 7 yards there.
Yeah, picked up 6. 2nd and 4 at the 28. Galbert, once again, trying to find some opening, but not able to do so. Will be thrown for a loss back to the 32.
Major Marvel in on the tackle. They're just shooting their linebackers. They're just coming straight forward. They're not even worried about. Oh, he's down. Number 1's down. It must be a leg cramp. You know, they ran a very ineffective screen play in the first half, and it would work here as far as making those linebackers pull back a little bit.
Yeah, injury timeout will send Major Marvell to the sideline for the
Please put 8-12 on the clock.
Jackets.
Start the clock on my whistle.
With 8 seconds back on the game clock.
Thank you.
They're just a little bit out of the field goal range of Mr. Rodriguez, so they're going to have to Probably have 2 plays here to try to execute a first down.
The way this game's going tonight, they're definitely in 2-down territory. Mason Smith has the football and can't get around the left side. Somebody missed a block that allowed that guy to get in there.
Jaden Rodriguez.
Lost back to the 37. 5-yard the other way makes it 4th and 13.
Be interested to see if he pooches this on a punt because they're not going to send anybody deep.
He is the punter as well as the quarterback. Sure enough, he'll just pooch it toward the far side. It takes a Waco roll inside the 5 and will be killed at the 1-yard line. Outstanding punt by R.J. Young to pin the Jackets back to their own goal line.
35 yards on that punt. Waco High can really pin their ears back now. Good chance to possibly even get a turnover because you know they're gonna run this football. At least on this first play, they got to get some space there get out of that end zone.
Yeah, they actually mark it at the 2-yard line where it's 1st and 10. They do hand it off to Livefesti, and he's going to be wrapped up when he gets back to the line of scrimmage. They may give him forward progress to the 3, but that's it.
Isaiah Livingston, number 23, for sure was one of the tacklers.
Waco High defense has been very stingy against the run tonight. Livefesti carried the ball 22 times now for 70 yards. Low snap. Stewart picks it up, throws to the left flat, has it complete. And out of bounds after making the catch is J.J. Navarrete.
Isaiah Livingston, number 23, on in the defense.
They do get out of the shoulder of or the shadow of their end zone, move it out to the 15-yard line, 1st and 10, after the 12-yard pickup on the pass. Livefesti coming around left tackle is tackled before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Waco High is definitely looking for him to get the ball and will not let him get much momentum going.
Yeah, Chance Ryans along with Jamion Dugas wrapping them up.
From the 14, it's 2nd down and 11.
Really not a ton of imagination tonight by Cleburne. Nobody in motion.
Stewart looking to his left. Under pressure, finally gets it off. Complete for just a few yards. Once again, it's out to Navarrete.
Navarrete saw 3 Waco High defenders getting ready to put him down, and he just slipped on the turf.
Picked up 4 yards on the play out to the 18. Brings up a 3rd down and 8.
If Waco can stop him, we'll get excellent field position.
Another low snap. Stewart's able to pick it up, throws on the run, and overshoots Navarrete this time. So it brings up 4th down.
Isaiah Livingston defending on the play. That'll bring out the punt team.
Now the Yellow Jackets in the first half turned the ball over 3 times on downs.
Chase Ryans will be taking this punt. He returned one last week for the touchdown.
Navarrete gets the ball off the side of his foot again. And not a very long punt as it's going to be killed at the 28-yard line. They barely put it for a 1st down.
That was roughly a 10 yards net. Waco High with great field position here. Chance to punch it in and get a 2-score lead on them.
First and 10 for the Lions at the Cleburne 33-yard line. You go for 6 here. They just hand it off to Mason Smith. Welcome. He's grabbed from behind after he gets to the 29-yard line for a pickup of 4, but a flag on the play. Normally where you see holding, I think that's right there in the just to the upper right of your screen.
During the run, holding on the offense, number 57. Penalty being enforced from the previous spot. Replay first down.
First and 20. Back to the 43-yard line. Mark it at the 41 instead. Okay. Brings up first and 19. Fake the handoff. Young throws. Near the sideline, it's incomplete.
Julian Amaya was defending on that play, but that ball never got to our receiver.
Trying to get that to King Townsend on the near side. So second down. Straight drop back under duress, sets up the screen pass, and unfortunately underthrows it. If he is able to complete that, there's a lot of running room.
He had 4 blockers, 1 defender on that side of the field. That would have been a touchdown.
It would have. Set up very well, but just couldn't deliver it out to Mason Smith in the flat.
I mean, they brought 6 guys defensively. They're just pinning their ears back and coming full force.
Well, 3rd and 20 at the 41. Again, back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, throws deep to the near sideline, and it's knocked away. Kind of a 50-50 ball there. Unable to come up with it is Chase Rhines.
Well defended play. I believe by now.
Looked like it come right into your living room there.
During the play, holding on the offense, number 60. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
4th and 20 as the holding penalty moved this one back, and then 3 consecutive incomplete passes. We bring up another punting situation for Waco High, see if they can, R.J. Young can pin them back against their goal line again.
Malachi Cunningham back at his 10-yard line.
Punts it away from Cunningham to the near side and goes out of bounds somewhere around the 20. Looks like they're going to mark it out at the 19. So 4:20 left to go, 3rd quarter, and we're still at our first half score, 7-0 Waco High.
22 yards off the toe of R.J. Young. Cleburne, those 81 yards away from pay dirt.
Cause of the 3 passes in that possession that were incomplete, just a 49-second possession for Waco High. Stewart looking to pass. Now will flip it out, and it's a fumble. That is not a forward pass, I do not believe. I believe that is a lateral and a recovery for Waco High. You see this one coming right into your living room from our sideline camera. Yeah, it's a backward pass, and Waco High able to get on top of it. Covering it up for the Lions is Hector Tepete.
Okay, that was the turnover they were looking for. They just had great field position a second ago. This time they've got to punch that ball in.
Just 6 seconds for the Yellow Jackets to hold on to the football there before they turn it over. Waco High is going to get it at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10. And the Yellow Jackets into the field. Mason Smith gets loose. It's tackled from behind. I don't know if that's going to be a horse collar or not, but he gets it close to the 10-yard line, and they'll add to it.
Number 19 grabbed Jaden Rodriguez. And you kind of see a running back's legs bend backwards, you know that it's probably a horse collar. You just don't lose that kind of momentum.
Here's our referee, Todd Denton.
Horse collar tackle on the defense. Half the distance from the end of the run, automatic first down.
Jacoby Jones, number 44, tight end, 5'11", 225-pounder, is checked into the ball game for Waco.
Looked like he carried it down to the 13, and now half the distance of the goal. We'll put it at the 6. First and goal at the 6. Waco looking for their second touchdown of the game. Gives it off to Mason Smith. He ducks his head forward to the 2-yard line.
Some really good, powerful running there by Mason on that play. They're going to go quick.
Picked up 4 on the play. Once again, they hand it off to Smith. Up the middle, and he gets in. Oh, excuse me, they faked the handoff. And carrying it into the end zone is R.J. Young.
Really good fake by R.J. Young. I mean, they were pounding Mason Smith right up the middle, and he just came right around.
Gets his first rushing touchdown of the year. Here you'll see it on the replay where he just pulls it out, and he's in for the 6 easily. Now the extra point attempt.
Alberto Rodriguez.
Had some motion on the line. I don't know if we had any flags, though.
There is a flag.
Yep. We have had trouble on extra points tonight, have we not? I think the first extra point try, the Lions had to do it 3 different times before it.
Offsides on the defense.
Yeah, it's offside on the defense, so the point's good. And the Waco Lions have a 14-0 lead with 3:28 to go in the third quarter.
Waco took advantage of that fumble recovery and marched it in from 19 yards like a good team should do. Take a 2-score lead late here in the third quarter.
Just 3 plays to cover the 19 yards. Only needed 48 seconds to do it. Taking advantage of the fumbled pitch.
Malachi Cunningham along with Major Marvel will go deep for Cleburne, but Waco High has been pooching the ball short. Alberto Rodriguez will be kicking off for Waco.
Going to come to the near side. And once again, we'll go out of bounds. So they'll throw the flag and give them an extra 5 yards. Certainly takes away the possibility of return.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team, 5 yards from the previous spot. Re-kick.
Oh, they're going to re-kick the ball this time. They do have the choice of taking the 5-yard penalty from where it went out of bounds or make them kick again, so they're going to make them kick again. Waco Lions scored in the first quarter, now in the third quarter. And the defense, once again, being very stingy. Again, they came into tonight's game having given up only 9 points in their first 2 games. Alberto Rodriguez makes his approach. Kicks that one toward the near side. It's fumbled, picked up, and then swarmed under.
Manuel Hampton, 35, there on the initial contact.
Asia Anderson didn't have much of a chance to do anything with that. Here you see the pop-up punt coming in at you. Cleburne will start this drive at their own 27-yard line, it appears. Trying to get some kind of offense going. So far, they've got just 109 yards of offense on 41 plays. Again, a low snap. Stewart picks it up and hands it off to Leifeste.
Jalen Good tackling him, number 0.
Gets across the 30 to the 32 for about a 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5. Ball's picked up by the quarterback Stewart, and he'll run it out of bounds at the 32. Very close to possible.
Lucky we didn't get a flag on that one. Jamel Dudley Johnson hit him a little late.
That, and you also have folks in the sideline, may have a sideline warning, but yeah, he got him right at the sideline, didn't he? Well, Stewart takes it out to the 33. Actually, that's a loss of 2 yards on the play. Says it's third down and 4. Looking to pass. Down the middle of the field, got a man open. Waco High unable to recover. And maybe the biggest play of the night for the Cleburne Yellow Jackets, diving for the end zone and getting in.
That's never ready.
Yep, sure is. Ends up being a 67-yard touchdown pass. Well, you see the replay. Just way too much time for Stewart, and he just unloads to an open Navarrete down the field, and he's able to take it down the far sideline and outrun the pursuit to get in for the 6.
We've got a injured player down in the end zone. I'm pretty sure it's Navarrete with a leg cramp. But that was an excellent pass. He threw that ball about 45 to 50 yards in the air, and he was wide open. They lost control of the receivers there. That puts them right back in the ball game. Gives them a jolt of energy.
Certainly does. Goes 73 yards in just 3 plays, but the big 67-yard touchdown pass to get on the board. Do we have a timeout called, or is this because of the injury? I guess it's because of the injury, with Navarrete still being worked on the far sideline. They're rubbing the calf. He definitely came up with the Charlie horse, but he'll gladly take that for the touchdown. His first touchdown receiving of the year. Just the 3rd touchdown for the Cleburne Yellow Jackets this season, and all of them have come through the air.
Jacob Aguilar will be kicking this extra point. And because Navarrete is the holder, they're doing a little practice down there. Number 1, I believe, is going to, Major Marvell, is going to be the holder on this extra point.
Well, they're still working on Navarrete on the far side, trying to work the Charlie horse out of his calf. .67-yard completion is the longest of the year for the Cleburne Yellow Jackets. Previously had completed a 60-yard pass. That was to Luke Watson, who we've not seen in the game tonight.
Now they've got a different holder than what they're used to, even though they haven't scored that much this year. Once again, Jacob Aguilar with the extra point attempt.
Good hold. And the kick is good. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in our third quarter. Each team has scored here in our third period of play. And our score now is Waco High 14 and Cleburne 7. We'll look at the replay of the extra point attempt.
Well, Cleburne has got to feel good now that they've gotten a quick score. They know if they can turn the ball, get Waco High to turn the ball over one time, they could tie this ball game. It is got to protect the football here in the last quarter and 2.5 minutes of the third quarter.
First chance for Waco High to return a kickoff since the opening kickoff of tonight's game. Good look at head coach Lyndon Helt as he talks to the special teams before they go out.
Bryant Whitaker, number 17, will be on the near side, and on the far side, Zadrian Johnson, number 2. Little Stephen Lloyd will be on the 20, along with number 9, O'Shawn Neal. Take this kick from number 27, from the number 23, for Cleburne. Christian Martinez will be kicking off.
Goes to the far side where it's covered over there. Waco High able to get on the ball quickly. Making the recoveries for the Lions, Emmanuel Hampton. He's a senior.
I don't know if that was miskicked or not, but Waco High with great field position after that short kickoff.
Was that possibly an onside attempt? Waco High will come to the line of scrimmage at their own 40, sending Whitaker and Lloyd wide to the right side. Mason Smith will be the running back. R.J. Young back to pass under a rush, gets it off, and the screen is set up perfectly. From behind is the only reason why he will not get a whole lot of yards out of that, but boy, did he have a wall in front of him. He's got it out in the right flat to Mason Smith.
Yeah, Landon Hunt, number 30, was defending on the play.
Pickup out to the 49, an 11-yard pickup on the play. 1st and 10 at the Cleburne 49-yard line. Mason Smith is going to be dumped. R.J. Young, he and Smith were having a little trouble on the exchange, and Smith will only get back to the line of scrimmage.
Major Marvel just charging in. They've got to figure out a way to crack back on number 1 because he's just coming right around the right tackle, untouched. And we got another guy down on the turf.
Once again, it's a cramp problem.
I don't know. I think Waco High could put if they brought in an H-back, line them up over where number 1's coming hard, chip on them just a little bit with the tight end, and just go out into the flat. It'd be wide open.
Well, they must be listening to you because I noticed Jacoby Jones was out in the H-back position before they called the timeout for the injury. So good look at the folks on hand here at Waco ISD Stadium for this home game for Waco High. Lions will be on the road for their next 3 games. They'll play at Navasota and at San Angelo Central, and they will open district on the road against the Brenham Cubs in Brenham. After tonight, they just have 2 more home games against Colleen Ellis on the 18th of October and against Belton on November the 1st.
Meyer, number 3, will be walking off that leg cramp. He looks to be all right. Yeah, they've got the H-back, number 32 on the far right-hand side, and 1's right in front of them, so we'll see what they'll do with it this time.
Mason Smith, welcome. Gets plenty of running room here. Takes it out to the 43-yard line. Pick up a 6 on the play.
He ran right over Kay Anderson, number 28. It's 225 pounds coming straight at you.
Got to get across the 40 to the 39 to pick up a new set of downs. B.J. Whitaker, the lone receiver on the right. Again, it's Mason Smith, and boy, that's a meeting of 2 minds there. Watch this collision.
Yeah, Evan Fernandez, I believe, 33.
Wow.
Waco High's gone to 2 H-backs or 2 tight ends, whatever you want to call it here, to try to protect the edges.
Call it 4th and 3. A timeout going to be called.
Timeout, Cleburne.
Cleburne calls a timeout. Apparently they weren't thinking that Waco High would go for it here. Just 20 seconds left to our 3rd quarter, with Waco on top 14-7.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Lyndon Helt goes for it on 4th and 3, or if he just punts it and pins them deep.
Done that once in this quarter already. R.J. Young looks like he's in punt formation, but nobody deep. Apparently Cleburne's not buying it. Now they'll send somebody deep.
Yeah, Cunningham's going to go back now.
R.J. gets it away.
Good roll.
Does take a Waco roll inside the 5-yard line. But did they get to it before it got into the end zone? Sure enough, they did. Looks like it. I think they say Waco High touched it at about the 6.
That'll be 38 yards, pinning Cleburne deep in their own territory.
So Cleburne, with 8 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, trailing by a touchdown.
Ball was declared dead in the end zone, therefore it is a touchback.
Okay, thank you for the clearance there. They say it got into the end zone, that Waco High did not touch it before it got into the end zone, so they'll bring it out.
That's a costly mistake by Waco High. They had 2 guys right there.
Yeah, they had every opportunity to really pin them back, but it'll be at the 20. Got 2 backs in the backfield this time with Stewart. Low snap, and Stewart's just going to have to fall on it. He's been dealing with a low snap all night.
It's going to be an 8-yard loss.
It'll also be the last play of our 3rd quarter. We're headed to the final 12 minutes of this one with the Waco Lions on top of the Cleburne Yellow Jackets by a score of 14-7. You see the dance team for Waco High in the stands. Band trying to pump up the ball club for the final 12 minutes of this one. You know, those coaches like to have the ball at the end of the first quarter and the start of the third quarter. I'd like to be at the 50-yard line at the change of the first and second quarter and third and fourth quarter. You don't have to walk the distance of the field.
Well, as good as Waco High has been playing on defense tonight, it's going to be awfully difficult for Cleburne just to run the ball all the way down the field. They're going to have to hit a big play pass.
Well, that's the only way that they got in the end zone, a 67-yard pass. The last pass they attempted and completed. They face a 2nd and 18 from their own 12-yard line. Stewart looking to the right, throws down the far sideline. It's a little too tall for his intended target.
Isaiah Livingston in on the defense.
And now we got another Yellow Jacket down as the receiver.
I think that may be Cunningham.
Remains on the field.
I think it's number 8.
I think you're right.
He kind of got tangled up with Livingston on that pass. That is one person they cannot afford to lose on offense here in the fourth quarter.
Nope. I think as a gesture of goodwill, we need to send Cleburne a case of pickle juice.
You know, Waco High, has anybody from Waco High cramped up tonight?
I have not seen it. It's been all Cleburne.
Yeah, he's walking off on us. He'll be all right. He just cramped up.
Yep.
They send him back for all the punt returns, even though he has not returned any of them tonight.
Here's the Cisco fan club there, cheering on Francisco Contreras.
Jose Puente, Jimmy Ondugas, and Brian Daniels in on that front line for Waco.
3rd and 18, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Stewart looking to his right now, throws down the sideline and has it complete for the first down out about the 35-yard line.
Isaiah Livingston in on the tackle. Had all day long to throw the ball. You got to put some pressure on him.
Got it out to Corday Simmons, number 15. So right now their passing game is bailing them out. They've been trailing the entire ball game. But have a chance to tie it here in the fourth quarter. From the 33, handoff goes to Lifesty. He gets loose. Nice blocking downfield to pick up a first down to the 46-yard line.
Yep, I was going to say we're getting ready to see some flags here. It's going to be on. O'Shawn Neal was in the.
Is it offsetting or?
Yeah, I don't know on that.
Did somebody instigate this ruckus?
Yeah, O'Shawn's coming out and they're going to put in number 20, Andre Kelly. You got to keep your composure here in a tight game. I know emotions are high.
Our officiating crew from the Waco chapter discussing the situation as to how they wish to penalize this particular situation.
We have offsetting dead ball penalties, unsportsmanlike, number 9 of the defense, unsportsmanlike, number 58 of the offense. Those penalties will offset. Second down.
Okay, O'Shawn Neal's coming back into the ball game.
Hey, those are.
I think it's first down, not second down. First and 10 from the 46. Lifesti again, this time over left guard, up to the 48-yard line, just a gain of 2 on the play.
Jalen Good, O'Shawn Neal with the tackle. Terrence Johnson coming back into the ball game as number 19 comes out.
Head coach Jim Warded, his offensive coordinator Tyler Gessner, trying to figure out how to get the tying touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Stewart to pass, looking to his right, flips it out in the flat to number 24.
Zadrian Johnston with a nice open field tackle. 1-on-1, took him down.
That pass to Desmond Taylor. Gets it to the 49-yard line. Brings up a 3rd and 7 for the Jackets, with 10 minutes exactly left to go in the contest. Lifesti over the right side, gets it into Waco territory. The rugby scrum takes it down to about the 47.
Looked like Brian Dan just grabbed a hold of him first, number 41 for Waco.
It's going to bring up a 4th down at about 3. You got to believe the Jackets have to go for it here.
Absolutely, they're going to go for it.
Low snap. Newark looking down the far sideline into a double team. Waco High comes up with the interception and turns it away. Zadrian Johnston comes up with the pick. Or do they call it a pick, or did they drop it? What are we doing, folks? If it's incomplete, it's fourth down, and let's go over. Hello.
Offsides on the defense.
Oh, great.
5 yards from the previous spot, resulting in a first down.
Did not see the flag.
That is a costly mistake.
Sure is, because it gives the Jackets a first down to the 43-yard line in Waco territory. Keeps the drive moving. Lifesti over left tackle into some space across the 35, down to the 34.
Zadrian Johnston in on the tackle.
A 9-yard pickup for Lifesti. Brings up second down and 1.
53's on the ground for Cleburne. Quentin Chambers. Waco High defense is a little gassed right now. They've been on the field quite a bit here in the second half. And this drive started at the 20-yard line with 8 seconds to go in the third quarter.
A couple of fans for the Lions just enjoying the game.
Jose Puente along with Jamion Dugas and number 33, Micaiah Sumter, will be in on that defensive line for Waco High on this second down.
Not often tonight that Cleburne has had second and short. See if they decide to try to go deep here. He'll hand it to Lifesti. He has to cut it back to the right. Will have the first down as he gets down to about the 30.
Sumter with the tackle, number 33. Christian Dowdy subbing in at the nose guard position.
Possibly the most sustained drive of the game for the Cleburne Yellow Jackets, coming at a very opportune time. Of course, it was kept alive with that fourth down offside penalty. Lifesti straight up the gut and into the open. Takes it to the near sideline. Will get it just outside the pylon, out of bounds. No, they say it's a touchdown. Said he reached across. Hayden Lifesti gets his first touchdown on the ground of the season. And now the Yellow Jackets have a chance to tie the game or go for two and take the lead.
Well, they got their extra point kicker coming in, number 27, Jacob Aguilar. J.J. Navarrete will be the holder. The snapper will be Maddox Shields.
Kick is on the way and is good. We got 7:55 left to go in this one, and we're all tied up. Waco Lions 14, Cleburne Yellow Jackets 14.
It's going to be on the Waco High offensive line to start pushing this Cleburne team backwards just a little bit, because that Waco High defense is pretty gassed right now.
Yeah, but that Cleburne defense got lots of rest on that drive that took 11 plays to go 80 yards, and again, it was kept alive on the fourth down offside penalty by Waco High.
Did I say Cleburne's defense? I meant Waco's defense.
Oh, okay.
Bryant Whitaker is going to go deep along with number 2, Zadrian Johnston, for Waco. Kicking off will be 27, Jacob Aguilar for Cleburne here. It's going to come down to who can execute now. 7:55 left in the fourth quarter. All tied up. Momentum is switched back to Cleburne.
Who can execute and who doesn't make any mistakes? Kicks it toward the far sideline. Taking it at the 30, up to the 35-yard line, up to about the 36-yard line. Goes little Stephen Lloyd.
Brought down by Dylan Stanton along with Corday Simmons. Waco High with great field position, though, to start this possession.
Lifesti with that run, once again over 100 yards, his third 100-yard game of the year for the Cleburne Yellow Jackets. Now the Waco Lions need to go to work here.
They've got two tight ends in that offense, or H-backs, 44 and 32.
Been a tough night for Mason Smith, just 32 yards on 15 carries from the 37. Mason Smith gets the handoff and falls forward for a couple of yards up to the 39.
Met by Evan Fernandez, number 33. Yeah, we're going to go back to the 4 wideouts. Spread them out just a little bit.
3 to the near side. On the far side, King Townsend, the lone receiver on the left side. R.J. Young rolling to his right where his 3 receivers are. Gets the pass away deep for B.J. Whitaker, and Whitaker has it inside the 30-yard line. Carries Jackets with him across the 25. Still on his feet. Finally brought down at about the 23.
That was an outstanding one-on-one catch against the Cleburne defender. I think number 8, I think that could be Malachi Cunningham is down.
I believe that's a 38-yard pitch and catch from R.J. Young to B.J. Whitaker for the first down in Cleburne territory at the 23. That's a big play that the Lions needed.
Needed to get a little spark back for them, and now they've got it.
RJ is 13 of 24 passing.
Yeah.
For 157 yards, that's a lot more passing than we expect to see from Waco High in any game.
Absolutely. If you get 15 passes, that's a lot for Waco High. But they evidently saw something in the film room this week. And RJ was under duress on that throw. He had to throw it off his back foot. There was a lot of pressure being put on him.
In the previous 2 games combined, RJ Young had only attempted 25 passes and completed 13 of them.
Yes.
7 minutes exactly left to go in our fourth quarter.
There was a lot of pushing and shoving on that pile trying to tackle Whitaker, and he could have just gotten caught the wrong way. A lot of people in there, about 7 bodies.
The training staff has definitely been busy for the Cleburne Yellow Jackets tonight. Waco High trainer Ryan Gill also out there to assist if needed.
He's sitting up now.
Head coach Jim Wardard pleading his case about something with the officials while they get the player to his feet. They do a good job of taking their time with these youngsters, making sure they're good to go before they get them up on their feet.
That's number 0.
That's Amaya. But a 1st and 10 for Waco High at their 23 at the Cleburne 23-yard line, trying to answer the touchdown scored by the Cleburne Yellow Jackets on their most recent possession. RJ Young fakes the handoff, keeps the ball himself, breaks to the outside. Will get it close to the 15-yard line before he's turned around. They say he got to the 16. A gain of 7 on the play for Young.
J.J. Navarrete and Major Marvel. That was a good fake. That made him, they were crashing the sides, and he was able to get around the corner.
He's only carried the ball 5 times tonight for a grand total of 3 yards because he's lost some yards along the way. Excuse me, that's only 2 times for 9 yards. I'm looking at the wrong column here. He's also scored one of the touchdowns for the Lions tonight and thrown for the other. Gives it to Mason Smith. A nice crease over the right side. Heads for the goal line, dives, and he's in for the score.
Really good run by Mason Smith there. Cut right through that hole. Nice hole by the offensive line. Way to respond back after that touchdown by Cleburne to take the lead again. Now the all important extra point. Alberto Rodriguez will be attempting this extra point. We need a holder. Okay, Mason Smith's going to be in there to hold.
Well, they better hurry or it's going to be a longer attempt because the play clock is down to 0, and sure enough, they're going to have to kick it from a little further distance. They did that with their first point after, but it didn't matter.
Prior snap, delay on the offense. Replay drive.
Kick is on its way, and it is good. 5 minutes, 53 seconds left to play. Waco Lions back up by a touchdown at 21-14.
That was a perfect snap on that extra point, the best one we've seen tonight. Makes life a lot easier for the holder and the kicker when you get a perfect snap.
Mason Smith with a nice ramble into the end zone, keeping his balance long enough to get it across the goal line. Lions go 63 yards in 4 plays, took 2:02 on the drive. Of course, the big play was the 38-yard pass to B.J. Whitaker, along with that 16-yard touchdown run by Mason Smith. Again, Lions looking for their second win in a row after a tough loss on their season opener on the road at Granbury, losing 3-0 on a field goal that occurred in the last play of the game?
That's right. It was the last play of the game. Malachi Cunningham along with J.J. Navarrete back at their 20-yard line. Alberto Rodriguez, number 42 for Waco High, to kick this ball off.
They have not been kicking the ball deep. They've been basically kicking it to sidelines, not giving the Yellow Jackets any opportunity to return the ball. This one's taken in at the 22-yard line by Navarrete, and he's submarined at the 27.
Jamal Dudley Johnston, great open field tackle.
First and 10 for Cleburne with 5:50 on the game clock from their own 27-yard line. Waco High defense may be a bit gassed, but this is where they need to shine.
Should have got a bolt of energy there from that last touchdown by their offense. You've got 41 Brian Daniels, 55 Jamie Ondugas, number 95 Jose Puente in that defensive line.
Running back for the Yellow Jackets will be Desmond Taylor. He'll go in the flat, rolling that way. As the quarterback Stewart under pressure, he'll throw it into the stands. That's the second time he's thrown one about 5 rows deep into the home stands.
Jalen Good along with 41 Brian Daniels and number 19 Hector Tapeti putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. He had no way. He had to just dump it off.
A lot of pressure and a lot of good coverage downfield. He just had to throw it away. Just 7 of 16 passing tonight for Luke Stewart, the quarterback for the Cleburne Yellow Jackets. He'll hand it off to Taylor. Taylor will get across the 30 to the 31-yard line for a gain of 4. They'll bring up about a 3rd down and 6 from the 31.
Chance Ryan's number 8 in on the tackle.
Big play here for both teams. Clock will be under 5 minutes once they get the snap off. Two receivers to each side. Fake the handoff to Taylor, looking deep across the middle. Waco High has 3 defenders there and knocked the ball away. He threw into triple coverage.
Yeah, Isaiah Livingston, O'Shawn Neal, and then Hector Tapeti. Lucky that ball didn't get intercepted.
Try to get that into Malachi Cunningham. 4th and 6. It looks like the punt team's out for the Yellow Jackets.
23 will be punting Christian Martinez.
Chase Rhymes back deep.
I'd be making sure that they don't fake it on you tonight. Yeah, they're. Did you see him pull in the receiver right at the end on the far side? They brought a guy in off the sidelines.
Well, that's an illegal procedure. Did Waco High see it and call a timeout? What's the discussion here?
Timeout. Waco High.
Waco High called a timeout.
Yeah, they were going to fake it a whole way.
Yep. So either somebody up in the press box saw that, like you did, or somebody on the sideline knew that that was coming, and Waco High alertly calls the timeout and averts the possible fourth down conversion. Waco High crowd hoping for the victory tonight. Cheerleaders on the local sideline. Waco High timeout gives them 2 left. Scoreboard says Cleburne has 2 left. They haven't taken the Waco High timeout off the board yet. Fourth down and 6.
Christian Martinez to be punting the ball. Then we'll have number 18 for Waco High, Chase Rhines, standing at about his 40-yard line.
They do still have that one receiver wide to the right, but Waco High's got him covered. Low snap, fumbles it, but gets it off. It'll take a bounce. Waco High is just going to let it roll, and it goes out of bounds somewhere around the 42-yard line.
27 yards off the punt of Martinez.
Waco Lions 4 minutes and 45 seconds of game time away from their second win of the season, and they have the football.
Well, it's up to the offensive line for Waco High to just generate about 3 first downs here and end this ball game, but they're going to have to really block hard because this Cleburne defense has really been good tonight.
R.J. Young will have Mason Smith in the backfield and give it to his running back. Smith bounces it around the left side and will go out of bounds. About the 48-yard line.
Shoved out by number 14, Garrett Harris.
Pick up a 6 on the play to bring up a second down and 4.
During the run, holding on the offense, number 77.
Never mind.
Penalty enforced on the previous
A
spot.
holding penalty will bring it back. But at least some clock ran off. From the 42 back to the 32 it goes. It'll be first down and 20. Hand off to Smith with the cutback. He's going to get some good yardage out of it. Matter of fact, he gets back all of that penalty yardage and takes it back to the 42-yard line for the 10-yard pickup.
Corday Simmons, number 15, with the tackle. Nice piece of running that time by Mason Smith.
Second down and 10. Clock will be under 4 minutes left in the game when they get the play off. Still got 20 seconds on the play clock. That should milk it for all they can. Again to Smith. He finds some running room back to the cutback side and has the first down and into Jacket territory down to the 41.
Keelan Pollard in on the tackle. You know, Waco High went to the double tight end, and then Waco High is just pounding them straight up the middle. They're able to get some holes.
16-yard pickup to the 42 for Mason Smith. He's now up to 76 yards on 19 carries tonight and a touchdown. Game clock will be under 3 minutes after this play is over. Galbert has the carry. He gets turned away when he gets to the 41-yard line, just a 1-yard gain.
Evan Fernandez.
Do we have an injury timeout or do we have a...
That's Galbert. He's got a leg cramp.
Galbert down. I think that's the first time we've seen Waco High have to have a timeout due to a Charlie horse.
You know, as hard as Cleburne is coming with their seven guys, I mean, they're crashing it every single play. If you had the guts, you know, you just throw another screen pass because it's there. But
Waco High scored on their second possession of the game back in the first quarter on a 27-yard pass to B.J. Whitaker. They took that lead to halftime at 7-0. Both teams have added touchdowns here in the second quarter, their second half. So right now, Waco High in control with a 7-point lead, 3:02 on the clock, and the football in their possession. Galbert up on his own power, coming to the sideline. He'll be back next week.
.5'10", 230 pounds. Now you got to deal with Mason Smith, 5'11", 220 pounds too. So two really big running backs for Waco High who come into that about that fourth quarter, they can really wear you out. Offensive line is finally starting to open up some holes here in the second half. I think their size advantage is starting to take a toll on Cleburne's defense. Cleburne is not that large in the defensive line.
That Mason Smith seemed to have found the cutback lane a couple of times here. Second down and 9. Hand off to Smith. Big hole over the left side.
You bet.
Down to the 34-yard line.
Garrett Harris again on the tackle. But, yeah, they're really getting some good leverage and push now here late in the fourth quarter.
Brings up a 3rd down and 2 at the 34. A couple of more first downs may ice it for the Lions. Right now, Cleburne has just one timeout left, according to the scoreboard. Waco coaching staff waiting to sign in the play till late in the play clock as the game clock goes below 2 minutes. Young gives it to Smith. He'll try to come around the right side, and there's a flag behind the play where normally you see holding. Smith got the first down, but looked like this one's coming back.
During the play, holding on the offense, number 60. So it'll be enforcement of the previous spot. Replay 3rd down.
So it'll be 3rd down and 12 now at the 44 in Cleveland into the field. But Waco High is glad to be running off clock with the 7-point lead and 103 seconds left in this one. Well, they marked the penalty from the 32-yard line and moved it back to the 42. And a timeout called.
Cleburne called that one.
So according to the scoreboard, well, now they put another one back up. So now they say they'll have one timeout left. Again, next week, Waco Lions on the road as they will travel to Navasota. Matter of fact, 3 consecutive games on the road facing the Lions, on the 20th at Navasota, on the 27th of September at San Angelo Central. And then they'll start district play on October the 11th after an open date They will start off against the Brenham Cubs, who are considered to be the favorite in the district, according to Texas Football Magazine. Again, that district for Waco High this year not only includes Brenham, but also includes Bryant Rudder University, Colleen Ellison, and the Belton Tigers, who are off to an 0-2 start. All right, facing third and 10. Not sure what we're waiting on because the game clock's not moving. Smith gets hit at the 45-yard line for about a 3-yard loss.
Jaden Rodriguez.
So it's going to bring up 4th down.
Timeout, Cleburne. That's their third and final timeout of the half.
Cleburne uses its last timeout. They will get the football with some time left on the clock, with a chance to either tie it or maybe take the lead with a 2-point conversion, but they trail by 7.
Waco just needs to protect their punter on this punt. Make sure he gets it off.
Absolutely. Remember earlier in the game that Waco High was able to pin the Yellow Jackets all the way back to the 1-yard line. Had a second chance to do that, but missed that opportunity.
Anything over 30 yards puts Cleburne inside their own 20-yard line, and with no timeouts in their passing game, it'll be severely pressured, let's just put it that way, stressed. They have struggled passing the ball except for that one big play they hit. They got Malachi Cunningham back at his 15, and R.J. Young will be kicking. Need to get a good snap back to him.
Does get a good snap and gets the punt away. Cunningham asks for the fair catch at the 20. Smart move by Cunningham.
Exactly, to save the clock, all the clock you have, and
Well, 80 yards away. All right, make that 73 yards or 77 yards away because they marked it at the 23. I thought he caught that at the 20 myself, but I'm not officiating. I'm just up here talking about it.
no, but that was a highly effective punt. That's
absolutely.
That's what Waco High needed.
Well, they'll definitely play 2 or 3 deep in the secondary, trying to keep everything in front of them. Stewart immediately back to pass, looking for a screen pass in the flat. Gets it out to Livefest, and he's brought down when he got to the 31-yard line, but looks like we got a holding penalty on the play.
Yep. They caught it. It was right out in the open. There was no way he could hide.
During the run, holding 53 wide. Total being forced from the spot of the foul. Replay.
They got the pass out for 6 yards to the 29-yard line, but it'll back it up to the 19. Still be first down, though.
D'Angelo Campos, number 25, is going to come in for the injured Waco High defender.
Rolling to his right, Stewart throws. It's complete at the sideline, and he's submarine when he gets across the line. Get another flag.
It's Adrian Johnson on the tackle.
Got no flag on the play. Got 6 yards on the pass play. Ball went out of bounds, so the clock stopped with 1:07 to go. 2-minute drill. Stewart throws for the sideline. It is complete. And down the sideline, looking for the touchdown. That's Cunningham, and he's into the end zone for the score with 55 seconds left to go in the game.
You've got to keep everybody, in front of you on that particular pass.
75-yard touchdown pass to Malachi Cunningham. We mentioned before the game that he was one of their biggest weapons. He came in with 15 receptions with 181 yards and one of their 2 touchdowns.
They're going to go for 2.
They're going for the win here with 55 seconds to go.
Coming in. No, it is the kicker.
They'll go for the tie here in the overtime.
Jacob Aguilar. Tie this ball game.
Got to have a good snap, good hold. Kick is on its way, and it is good. 55 seconds left to go, and the Cleburne Yellow Jackets threaten to send us to overtime, where they're all tied up at 21 apiece.
Cleburne's had 2 giant plays here in the second half. And they both led to touchdowns, and they're right back in the ball game, 21-all.
3 plays to go 77 yards in 30 seconds. To tie this one up at 21 apiece. Are we about to get bonus football? Waco High does have 2 of their timeouts remaining.
Who are we going to send deep? 17 is going to go back. Bryant Whitaker. Number 2, Zadrian Johnston. They'll get back at about their 10-yard line.
Cleburne has not been kicking the ball deep.
Jacob Aguilar to kick for the Cleburne Yellow Jackets here. 55 seconds left on the clock.
Kick's going to go over toward little Stephen Lloyd. He fumbles the football and able to get back on top of it. Holy cow.
Wow. Got to focus in on here late in the ball game. I know the kids are probably tired to some degree, but you've got to continue your mental toughness.
Just a great job of getting back on that football by Lloyd from the Waco 33. With 51 seconds left, Waco's guys got 2 timeouts remaining. Wide receiver on the far side is King Townsend. B.J. Whitaker on the near side, along with little Stephen Lloyd. Now you have 3 receivers over here. Young rolls. He'll throw deep. And it is picked off.
Malachi, I believe.
It certainly is. Malachi Cunningham comes up with the interception. He has come up big for the Cleburne Yellow Jackets here in the late part of the game with a touchdown catch and now an interception to give the ball back to the Yellow Jackets with 43 seconds left. Waco High had the ball for just 12 seconds on that possession as they turned the ball over. Now it's Cleburne's turn to go for the Hail Mary at their own 37-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. Cleburne looking for their first win of the year. And Waco High asked for a timeout. Apparently the defensive coordinator saw something he didn't like, and he jumped over to Rico Harris and said timeout.
On the far end, we didn't have anybody covering up one of the receivers. That's why he was frantically trying to get the attention of one of the defensive players.
Waco High.
So that
their second of the half.
That's
leaves
okay.
That leaves 1 timeout for Waco High. Cleburne's used all of theirs.
Good use of their timeout on that particular play. There was some confusion, and Waco High wasn't responding. The players weren't responding to the coach, and so he just called timeout so he can set up his defense like he needs to.
Now they got enough coverage on that right side of the offense. Stewart rolling that way. Throws at the sideline, but is he inbounds? They say he caught the ball.
Out of bounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did catch it, but he was.
Thought he marked the ball at the 42-yard line, but instead, Weedy Harris was telling it no catch.
Terrence Johnson coming in, the linebacker position.
Fake the handoff to Livefesti. Now under pressure, Stewart rolling to his right will throw up a prayer. It's incomplete.
We're going to have a flag. Good just put his hand right into the quarterback's helmet face. You know, you can't do that.
No.
That's going to be a penalty.
27 seconds left. Welcome to the game that wouldn't end.
Micaiah Sumner is going to come in at one of the defensive end spots, replacing Brian Daniels.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit out of bounds on the defense, 15 yards, automatic first down. Clock will start on the snap, please.
That'll put it in Waco High territory at the 48-yard line. Cleburne trying to pull this one out in the last seconds after trailing the entire game. Stewart steps up in the pocket. He'll run with it. Got running room. Will get out of bounds at the Waco 35. He has not run with the football much tonight. Just his fifth carry. So he picked up 13 yards on that one. $29 yards for Stewart. And the pocket. Now we got a flag that looks like holding. A throw to the sideline, out of bounds.
During the play, holding 71 of the offense, 10 yards from the previous spot.
Bring 1st and 20 at the 45 in Waco's end of the field.
Yeah, I think 41, Brian Daniels was the, that's the right tackle that held, and that was Brian Daniels. It looked like he grabbed him pretty good. Looked like he grabbed him pretty good on the play before, but they didn't call it.
Are we having fun yet?
A lot of swing of emotions on both sides in these last 5 minutes.
Certainly has. 11 seconds is what is left on the game clock. Once again, the Yellow Jackets will have 3 receivers to the right. Stewart rolls to the right from the hash mark, throws up a 50-50 ball that's knocked away.
Jamel Dudley Johnson making sure he didn't catch that ball. Really good lick.
2nd and 20 at the 45. Stewart just unloaded that one. Trying to get that out to Cunningham. 1 second is what's left on the play clock. Last play, Cleburne either scores or we're going to OT. A throwback to the near side to Livefesti. Livefesti has to stay in bounds. He'll be brought down at the 25-yard line. He will pick up a first down, but that's the final play of the regulation. And Waco High and Cleburne are going to go to overtime, tied at 21.
The game has ended in a tie. We'll have 1 minute recess then a flip to see what option would be preferred in the first overtime.
So 48 minutes wasn't enough to decide this one, was it?
It sure wasn't. Some big plays here in the fourth quarter.
Both teams able to get their offense in gear in the second half. We went to the halftime just 7-0 Waco High on top. Waco High scored twice in the second half, Cleburne 3 times in the second half, and a couple of those scores came in the last 5 minutes of the game. So these are two teams fighting for a victory. Waco High trying to get back-to-back wins. Cleburne trying to get their first win of the year.
Yep. And it's been it's 21-21 is a fairly low-scoring game. We figured it probably would be.
So the two head coaches are out at midfield for the coin toss on overtime. It looks like the decision rests with Lyndon Helt. He decides he wants the football, and Jim Woodard decides that they want to play at the north end zone.
Waco High has won the toss. They've elected to play defense.
Oh, they just chose defense,
at the north end of the
which
field.
is usually the choice. That way you know what you have to do
Exactly.
in overtime. If you stop them, then all you have to do is kick a field goal to win the game.
I would imagine we're going to get a hefty dose of Hayden LaFesti.
Yes, sir.
How many times did he run the ball tonight?
Oh, LaFesti, 29 carries for 137 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, he has been a workhorse for Cleburne tonight. He's a really good runner.
Before we get to overtime, let's thank the folks from Leaping Lions Productions who are manning the equipment tonight. We have on camera Ivan Acuna, as well as Kimberly Evans, Leslie Dominguez, and Yoretzin Garcia. On audio and replay is Melanie Ramos. Taking care of the switcher is August Zimmerman, all under the direction of their instructor, Will Burney. Thanks, guys and gals, for doing what you do. So from the 25-yard line, Cleburne with the first chance here in overtime. They give it to LaFesti as expected. He gets it inside the inside the 20 down to the 19. A 6-yard pickup.
Jalen Good and O'Shawn Neal with the stop on that play.
So second down and 4. Stewart fakes the handoff, looking to pass, rolls to the near side and goes out of bounds at the 19, no gain.
Jalen Good putting some good pressure on him to force him out of bounds. Didn't make any yardage on that play. Great hustle by number 0.
Absolutely. It'll be third down and 4. Waco defense has been tough all night. LaFesti will get the first down, and the scrum will carry him down near the 10-yard line.
Chance Ryan's finally wrestling him down.
Picked up 7 on the play, down to the 12. Of course, in overtime, clock not a factor. Once again, the give to LaFesti. Gets away from one would-be tackler. Sheds another couple of blocks, but finally brought down when he gets to the 9 after a pickup of 3.
Jalen Good again with the tackle.
He's been everywhere tonight, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Micaiah Sumter, number 33, coming in.
Some really good moves by LaFesti to at least get in the open until Good could bring him down. Second down and 7. Taylor in the backfield now. LaFesti going to get a rest. They'll roll to the left for a pass. Looking into the end zone. Throws away. Unable to get it to the man at the 4-yard line.
D'Angelo Campos defending number 25.
Third and 7. You do get one timeout in overtime. Play clock's down to 14. Pollard in at the running back spot. He gets, actually it's Stewart who kept the football. Actually, that's Malachi Cunningham who had the football.
Yeah, Jose Puente with the tackle, but Jalen Good was the one who stopped him in his tracks and forced him back inside with a great defensive play.
A loss of 2 yards back to the 11 brings up a 4th down and 9.
Timeout, Cleburne.
And Cleburne will call their timeout here in the overtime.
And final timeout of the overtime.
Let's check the offense for both teams so far. Cleburne has now run 68 plays for 393 yards. Waco High has run 55 plays for 250 yards. Wow. And we're just, 5 plays deep into overtime.
I'm looking for their kicker, 27. I don't see him.
This definitely be a gamble by Jim Woodard.
Right. 4th down and 10. That is a big ask of your offense.
They are going for it. That's their decision. It's a reverse pass. Throw in toward the end zone.
Missed.
And it's incomplete.
Good coverage by Isaiah Livingston over there. He was not fooled. And, the Waco defense, they had 3 guys out in the boundary area, so the guy couldn't even try to run it if he wanted to try to get it.
So Waco High able to come up with the stop on the first possession of overtime. Now all the Lions have to do is kick a field goal for the win.
And they use that big offensive line and just push them backwards. Cleburne's defense is gassed too. Been a long game for both these teams tonight.
Well, Waco High lost by a field goal on the last play of the game in week 1. Can they win by a field goal on the last play of the game in week 3? And off to Smith. He has an open up the middle of the field, and he's going to get all the way down inside the 5. Inside the 10, down to the 9.
When you bring all your linebackers, if you don't get them at the line of scrimmage, there's nobody left but your secondary.
It'll be 1st and goal after the 14-yard pickup by Mason Smith. He'll take the handoff. We'll get down to the 6-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd and goal. Cleburne's not going to go away quietly. They're going to make Waco High work for it.
Evan Fernandez in on the tackle, number 33. The first guy tried to tackle him up high. Good luck with that.
Javier Galvan's checked in at one of the wingback positions. They give it off to Mason Smith. He piles ahead inside the 5 to the 4. Picks up 2. Brings up 3rd and goal at the 4. I think you run this one to where you're at least in the middle of the field between the hash marks.
Right.
If you end up having to kick the field goal. But you got to get the touchdown. Or otherwise go for the field goal on 4th down. And the play clock's down to 10 seconds. They hand the ball off to Smith. He bounces it outside. He's in the end zone for the touchdown. In overtime, the Waco Lions are going to win by a score of 27-21 as the defense stopped the Yellow Jackets in their overtime possession. And the Waco Lions used the legs of Mason Smith to get the victory. Smith's second touchdown of the night on his 25th carry, and he goes over 100 yards, 105 yards tonight.
Well, just like you said, they were going to go on the left side, try to center that ball up, but he just had an open hole, and he just went ahead and took it on in and finished this game off tonight.
So the Waco Lions go to 2-1 on the season now, while the Cleburne Yellow Jackets fall to 0-3, but they have lost some very tough ones, 17-7, 13-8, and now in overtime by a score of 27-21. Many thanks again to our production crew from Leaping Lions Productions for your work tonight. For my broadcast partner, Hal Harris, and our statistician, Paul Comer, I'm Lark Smith. Good night from Waco ISD Stadium.